Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome back to the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield and the 2018 Betfred World Snooker Championship. The second round is hotting up, and tonight we feature a player who many believe should have won the World Championship title by now. He is, of course, Judd Trump. He's taking on Ricky Walden, the 2013 semi-finalist. But no doubting the story of the day, the man of the day is John Higgins, who not only completed victory over Jack Lisowski in 2 sessions, but also completed a 1-4-6 break in frame 13 on the way to that win. 4th ever 146 in Crucible history, which leaves Higgins in line for that £10,000 prize for the tournament's highest break. Marvellous stuff from John Higgins. Somebody who knows John very well, Alan McManus, is with me in the studio this evening. A very good evening to you, Alan. John Higgins rolling back the years here at the Crucible.
Yeah, he was imperious against Jack the whole match. It wasn't his best performance, by the way, but John knows how to get the job done here. Past champion, multiple champion. He's got lots to prove going forward, but importantly, I think for him, he's got a day off, which I think that'll help him.
Yeah, wrapped up nice and early. When you're a player and you look at the scoreboards and you're looking at that thinking, John's wrapped up a session, 13-1, he's beaten Jack inside 2 sessions. Do you sit there and think, goodness me, he fancies this year?
Well, I think John always comes into this tournament fancying the job. I think he'll even be surprised and a bit shocked at the margin of victory. To win 13-1 against anyone, far less Jack, who's been in fabulous form. This is the best season ever. Yeah, lots of confidence going forward. OK, our live match for you tonight here on BBC Two is Judd Trump against Ricky Walden. Let's remind you what happened in this morning's first session.
Turn up for Judd Trump. Oh, I thought he'd got that.
Well, what a steal for Ricky Walden. Judd Trump miscues on the brown, but it's Ricky Walden that levels at 1 each.
And that break gets Ricky Walden into the lead at 2 frames to 1.
Judd Trump will be delighted to get his second frame. Ricky Walden 3, Judd Trump 2. Magnificent shot. Best safety of the morning.
And we're all level, 3 frames each.
Caught it way too thick. That could cost him the frame.
Or is a treble? It's a little treble.
A little bit of frustration.
Well, a very entertaining session of snooker from both players, so I suppose in the end, 4 frames each was a true reflection.
Yes, it's beautifully poised here tonight at the Crucible. If you've been out and about today and need to be reminded what's been happening here at the Crucible, Judd Trump 4, Ricky Walden 4. That's our live match for you on BBC Two, getting underway shortly. Ding Junhui 8-0 up against Anthony McGill. That's available on your red button this evening. As we said, John Higgins safely through to the quarterfinals. And Mark Williams needs just 3 frames to book his place in the quarterfinals. Right then, let's talk about Judd Trump. Are you in that same group of people who think the Judd should have won this tournament by now?
No, I wouldn't say should. He could have, but he's not got the job done, plain and simple. He has to improve in a few departments, in my opinion. This week, I think he's struggling with his long game. I've been looking at his stats. I know stats don't mean everything, but they're also facts. I think he has to improve that. The miscue in the brown today in frame 2, I think, was a massive blunder by him, and that's why it's 4-all. He's done well to stay in the match, by the way, because he was off to the good start, and he almost self-inflicted pressure to put him on the back foot, but he come out level tonight.
I do just want to ask you very quickly about Ding Junhui, because you and I chatted to Ding, didn't we, just last week, when he was in fantastic form again. He's many people's favourites to win this championship.
He's actually my favourite as well. I picked him before the tournament started. I think the timing's right. I think he's the right age. I think he's settled into being a native of Sheffield. He's a Yorkshire lad, as we hear in the intros. I think the stars may just be aligned for him this year. I think I've never seen him play better, quite frankly. He's been awesome.
Absolutely. Right then, the players are standing by. As you can see, let's say good evening to our MC, Rob Walker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There are just 3 places left up for grabs in the quarter-finals of this year's Betfred World Snooker Championship. Welcome once again to the Crucible for a world-class finish to a brilliant weekend of live sport in Sheffield. Please welcome, first of all, a player in the second round here for the 3rd time after recovering brilliantly from 7-3 down against Ryan Day in the first round. A 2-time ranking event winner. Yes, he's under massive pressure tonight, but he will come out determined to show his class. So come on, Sheffield, raise the roof for the Glaswegian gladiator, Anthony McGill. And his opponents, a player who was so good this morning, he received a standing ovation at the end of the session. 2 centuries, 5 other breaks over 60. This 13-time ranking event winner has given himself a great opportunity to move through to a 6th Crucible quarter-final. So enter the Yorkshire Dragon, Ding Junhui! And on table 1, please welcome one of only 2 qualifiers still in this year's championship. Victory over China Championship winner Luca Bracel has given him a chance to recreate that great run to the single table setup back in 2013. 3 times a ranking event winner in China. He too will be fired up for this tonight. Please welcome Ricky Walden. And finally, the most exciting player of his generation. He survived that nail-biting decider against Chris Wakelin in the first round and came from 3-1 down to level this one. Winner of 8 ranking titles in all. Here he comes with his own brand of naughty snooker. It's the ace in the pack, Judd Trump.
Here we go then, Anthony McGill maybe 8-0 down, but with the Smiths he's got the best walk-on music. That's available on your red button BBC Sport website, BBC Sport app, in the company of Dennis Taylor and Peter Ebdon. But live here on BBC Two, it's Trump Walden. A very good evening for John Parrott
Settle down now,
and Ken
please.
Dawes.
Frame 9.
Yes, a very good evening,
Jeff
Jason. Good evening, everybody. Great reception for all the players into the arena tonight. Wonderful atmosphere here, John. Excellent. It's always a great buzz, isn't it, for the players, and you see them coming out through that little corridor there. Used to have curtains on it years ago, do you remember?
Yep. Too well, Ken. Nervous times, but the players would be delighted now to be hitting balls. 10-15 minutes before you get out there was always horrible. But this has been an intriguing match so far. All square at 4 each. And it should be an attractive match. Both players like to get on with it, and you would think both their styles would suit each other. Don't expect to see too many frames bogged down in safety.
Yeah, first chance, half chance for Ricky Walden. Just having a look. When taking on this red, he'd be going through the gap of the black and the red. Back up, possibly for blue or ball colour. It's a tester.
Beautifully struck. And certainly not the worst kiss, but a real nice way to ease your way into the evening session there. Knocking that one in. First look. Got a few reds available. Certainly one on the right hand side. One behind the black to the left also. So just up to Ricky which way he decides to play this.
Struck that nicely. And he's nicely on this red. To the right of the pack, he can stun it in and just nestle off the red just to the left of it and hold for the pink into the left centre.
Yeah, two excellent shots. Start this break, Ken, wasn't it? Lovely long pot, and he couldn't put that any better if he tried off the rest. That was very good. Lovely way to start.
Yeah, and certainly just what you would have wanted to get yourself going and settle down very, very quickly. Very important session for both players here. There we saw the pink doesn't spot on its own spot, so it'll go onto the blue. And he can get nicely onto the black here. He'd love to get that red left of the black in a couple of shots time away and then open the black into both corner pockets.
11.
Yeah, and I think when he does get rid of that red, you're talking about, Ken, the red to the right hand side of the black in the little line of 3, that will be available. So here's the red we were talking about. Get rid of this one.
18.
I'm pretty sure the red up to the right of the black is available.
19.
Well, got a bit of a bounce off there, but he didn't have to hit it really that hard. Surprisingly, I know he got a slight bounce, but I don't think he had to hit it that hard. Really wanted to be low on the black. You can still cut it in, and then the red, the extreme right of the pack is on. This doesn't look in. That's a chance missed for Ricky
90.
Walden. He'd be very, very disappointed. Never in.
Yeah, Ed on the side of caution there, playing that, didn't he, with the black, just to cover the pocket if he missed. But a shot before on the red, I think he needed to screw that a little bit, and he just stunned it. If he'd have screwed it a touch, he'd have certainly widened the angle and given himself a bit more of an opportunity. But anyway, it's gone now. Frame can be awkward now, Ken, can't it?
Yeah, I was
Ball
just going
over
to
the
say,
corner.
when the black goes over a corner pocket, they'll be playing a series of safety shots, and reds will eventually be over that side now. And we may come to a stalemate. I hope that doesn't happen. And that's the last thing these two players who play at a quick pace would want.
No way one of these players will be leaving a red into that right hand corner, obviously with the black being where it is. But what you don't want to do is knock one red onto another and pot the black, so you have to be a little bit careful with your safety. But it's got the potential to be very bitty, this frame now.
Yeah, we've seen quite a number of times during this championship that you'll get the players looking at each other and say, well, we're not going to go anywhere with this. Shall we just have a re-rack? If they're going to do it, they may do it very soon.
Very close. As I say, that's the thing you have to guard against. Knocking one red onto the other. Nearly went in. Wouldn't have been good for Judd, but would have been great for the benefit of the frame if that had dropped in.
Walden's got to be very careful here. The blue was actually in quite a good position if they can play a good safety shot up off the ball cushion and into an area behind the blue. Very risky from this position.
Yeah, ideally Ricky wants to play off the red that's tight onto the top cushion. One he's just looking at and pointing his cue to, that's the one. But he's just got to guard against knocking that along the cushion onto the other red and then onto the black. That's why he played it thicker. And he nearly got in behind the blue you were mentioning, Ken.
Yeah, it's quite a big target there. Chance for Judd here. Looks a bit hard, but good length of cue ball.
Good shot this. Nicely judged. So it's gradually becoming more perilous where that black is. The reds are getting ever closer. It's just a matter of whether and who makes the mistake to knock it in.
Foul, Ricky Walden, 4.
Well, that's unlucky. This makes the safety shot for Ricky Walden an awful lot easier, playing from the D as opposed to close to that corner pocket. Now he has a chance here. No danger of being anywhere near the black, and he can concentrate on that cue ball. Well, I said no danger. He didn't hit it very well. He better tiptoe back to his seat here. That black may drop. It's getting closer. I think everybody in the audience would be delighted if this black goes in at some stage. Well, if this drifts off, he may leave a red here. Played it well. No touching ball, so it just makes it a bit more awkward for Judd.
Can't really take a chance here. Putting the butt up in the air and hitting down on that, just in case he knocks one onto the other and knocks that black in. Might just be a case of just thin and putting the cue ball back over where it is. Well, he is going to play it. Just make sure nothing comes off and cannons the black in.
Very happy with that outcome. Got Jordan a slight bit of trouble here.
Yeah, and with that red being in the middle of the table now, it's not as straightforward as it was before. When they were all on one side of the table, you could roll in and rest on them, but not with that one being in the middle. So it's the 2 cushion escape.
The problem, of course, here now, John, is that even if someone does get a chance at potting a red, eventually the black is not on now because of the 2 reds in front of you. So it's only when somebody is actually going to eventually knock this black in that, otherwise we may have a stalemate still.
Yeah, just remind me never to say these 2 get scrappy frames, Ken. That's a brilliant shot. Absolutely brilliant. Judged to perfection. Once again, as I mentioned before, problem with the red being out in the open.
Foul and a miss.
Yep.
Ricky
Should
Walden
be going
for.
back.
Yeah, Ricky. Foul and a miss. Ricky Walden 4. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, good hit, but if he does pot this red, you can only see a colour coming from it, that's all.
Yeah, and the situation with the scoreboard now, Ken, is Ricky's leading by 31 points. He's not going to want to have a re-rack, but even if you knock a red and a colour in, what are you doing? I mean, with that black over the pocket, it's just a frame you can't see any end to with it being there until somebody knocks it in.
Oh, I can't believe he hasn't attempted the pot there. It's a strange one. Judd knows now there's actually more pressure on Ricky Walden to play the more aggressive shot, because, as you mentioned, John, he's 31 points behind, so he'll be vying for a re-rack a lot more than Ricky will. So it's up to Ricky to play the more aggressive shot now. There could be a situation here, John, where the referee could say, okay, well, you've got maybe 2 or 3 shots each, otherwise that we'll have a re-rack. So maybe forcing the players into making a decision, you know.
Just an absolutely horrible frame, isn't it? You'd almost get the triangle around them now. Well, I didn't see him playing it that way, but there you go. That'll work.
See Judd glancing at the referee as if to say, well, you know, I think the referee has to make a decision here, because we could be here for a long time. I think the referee may say they've asked him for a couple of shots, 2 or 3 shots each maybe, and if there's no advance on that black going into the pocket, we're going to have a re-rack. It's the only way I see it. We do have to finish this tournament by Bank Holiday Monday, don't we?
You'll be lucky. Yep, has been. Well, I remember years ago Willie Thorne was playing in a match against Andy Hicks and he was 56 in front. And referee John Williams said, well, this is going nowhere, boys. You've got 3 or 4 shots each. And even though Willie didn't want to have the re-rack, the frame wasn't going to end. So he gave them that alternative and nothing happened. And, well, Willie, as you can imagine, wasn't too impressed, but they had to re-rack. This is looking a similar type of frame, I'm afraid. Can't see how it's going to be resolved until it's knocked in. Excellent shot. Yeah, he's got a big decision to make, the referee. Sooner rather than later, I would think.
That's a possible shot there, but he's trying to swerve it. He's got such a big target, and anyway, any sort of hit on the reds.
Both players just having a little laugh and talking to each other there. Hope they know the words re-rack. It's over 17 minutes now since the last ball was potted.
You're quiet. Guys, I only want to hear your opinion. Are you
The
quiet,
referee
please?
is
I only
having
want
a
to hear
word
your
now to
opinion
say
first.
this is going
Do you
nowhere.
think it's going to go somewhere? Obviously, your balls are still moving. Right. Just want to hear your opinion first. I'm not going to force it yet, but I want to monitoring it. But obviously, it's going to. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. Right, I'm going to monitor it. But I'm not going to give you a few shots yet. I'm not going to say that. Right. No, I'm going to monitoring it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing Ricky can do really here is he has to force it. So he has to either try and pot the black and sort of otherwise the referee has to make the decision.
What did he say, Ken? Did you hear what the referee said there?
The referee is not going to force him to, but it's gone nowhere. I don't, maybe he just tried to do it there. He said he was trying, and I don't blame him.
Do you think if we breathe in together, Ken, it will work?
I'll tell you what, if the black goes in, it's going to get the biggest cheer that we've had in the Crucible for a long time. I don't know.
You're a bit excited, aren't you? Just try to calm down a bit. Yeah.
I think Ricky's just said that's it.
Thanks.
It's a rerun. And there's the cheer. Ricky's put his hand up. And it was the right thing to do. That was a frame. It was going nowhere.
As quietly as you can, please.
Well, we'll stay on these pictures, but just want to bring Alan McManus in. JP and Ken, thank you very much indeed for now. Back with you very shortly. Inevitable, really, Alan.
Yeah, it was one of those situations. Ricky's 20-odd in front, and he doesn't want to. There's no given. Well, any player at the Crucible, you might think, right, let's get on with the game, but I think the referee at some stage has to say, you know, give you 2 or 3 shots each, and if it doesn't develop, we have to have a re-rack, because we could have been there for, well, half an hour, 45 minutes easily.
Yeah, the big question is then, should the referee have come in a little earlier?
Possibly, but I think credit to the referee for giving them a chance to develop it. But it obviously, towards the end there, there was nothing happening. I mean, even if anyone potted the black, you'd actually be lucky to then pot a red. There was so many reds covering the corner.
Yeah. OK, thank you very much indeed. Let's go back to John and Ken.
Yeah. It's not easy for the referees here sometimes, Ken, to make a big decision like that in the frame. And, obviously there was 30-odd points in it for Ricky, so all credit to him.
Yeah, the referees, of course, are under as much pressure as the players as well. So at least it's resolved and we can start this 9th frame again.
Oh, there's an attacking safety shot, if ever there was one. Side of the pack quite thick. Knew what he was doing. Try and get the balls in the open and get that cue ball glued to the bottom cushion. Didn't quite get that part of it, but at least he's covered the left-hand side. Good safety, but I think he may have a gap. Hampered by the yellow for a pot on the left hand side is Ricky, so can't take that. But he's got a good chance here. Play this red round the angles, big target behind yellow, green and brown. And that will work. Decent shot that. Even if Judd can see a red on the left hand side, he's under pressure to knock it in. And I'm not too sure he can. Well, we'll soon find out.
Yeah, trying to hold for the pink into the right centre, but not straightforward here for Ricky Walden. He's got a red to the bottom right hand corner pocket as we come up to almost 24 minutes since the last pot. Red just to the right of the pink is available. Oh, that's a good pot. Excellent shot.
Yeah, made better by the fact that after that prolonged battle that didn't go anywhere in the first frame, where you played loads and loads of safety shots, sometimes when your first pot turns up for a while, it can be a bit of a shock to the system and to play a pot instead of a safety. So he did that really well.
7.
That was a lovely little shot as well, wasn't it? He just potted the pink, just opened those 3 reds below the pink. Brought them into play now as well.
Yeah, he can score and quickly, and Ricky very good in amongst the balls. Good to see him back playing actually, because, well, he used the word back, that's what's been the problem. He's had a back problem for quite a bit of the season, so it's good for him to be healthy, able to turn up and just concentrate on what's in front of him as opposed to having health ailments. Real nice lad too.
Yeah, I like watching him play. He's got a nice cue action, quite fluent, easy on the eye.
13.
Come up a little bit short. Go for the pink in the middle. Could have done with a touch more on the cue ball. Where's his next red? That's the problem. Oh, he thinks there's a gap. If he can hold the cue ball, which it looks like he can, that'll be the one. 2 reds next to the black, the one on the left, but he's missed it trying to hold the cue ball.
Ricky Walden.
That's why he missed that.
14. One.
Just about the right side of the blue. Going to lead. Top spin. Get back down towards these reds here. He'd love to go back up when potting one of these reds. get back up for, get the pink back on its spot.
6.
You can do that from this red now.
Yeah, ideally get that cue ball tight on the baulk cushion. Give yourself the perfect angle, and he's done just that.
7.
That's perfect. Excellent shot.
I wonder will he take the opportunity here, John, to maybe play a cannon on those 2 reds and the black.
Love the shot, Ken. Really love the shot, because to be honest with you, it's probably just as difficult trying to play on one individually. I would have been very tempted by that.
13.
Particularly now he looks like he's struggling for position. I would have thought that would have been a good shot to play. Well, he has got a couple that go there. But he's not happy with them.
Yeah, it's just very congested, isn't it, around this bottom left-hand corner pocket. Let's see if we can get the cue ball back out for the pink. Yeah. I think he played the wrong shot. He had a really good angle on that pink.
13.
Could have tried to develop some reds and didn't take the more aggressive type shot.
Yeah, it was almost a shot to nothing, wasn't it, really? You've been extremely unlucky. If you play this shot on the pink, you get lower on it, screw it into the cushion with a load of left-hand side, comes down. Any of those 3 reds there, really, if you'd have cannoned them, would have removed the black from where it was. But he decided to play on an individual red instead. Now there's an interesting shot. Straight into with a cannon. Lovely on the pink, and the black is now in play.
I think that previous shot from Judd just really tells you about his sort of mental state. You know, I think a more confident Judd Trump would have got down and played that shot straight away and tried to open up the black and the reds. And maybe it just shows you how he's feeling, which is not very confident at all. Didn't play well in his first match, scraped over the line. We thought might be a different Judd in this match, but we've yet to see it.
8.
Yeah, you know yourself, Ken. You play in some matches and you get through 10-9 and it's a scrape through, and you might have had the great form, but the sheer fact you're still in the event and you've got through, next round you find something. It's almost a relief to still be in the tournament and you start playing better, but as you say, it's not quite happened yet. Has been to the final here, Judd. Lost to John Higgins, 2 semi-finals. He's come up to, well, he's 28 years of age now. He's been 13 seasons as a pro, so he'll probably, a lot of players would consider a final and 2 semis a pretty decent record, but not really when you're talking about
14.
him. Wouldn't be human though if he didn't feel the pressure here. Everybody does.
Thanks. 15.
That was a better shot than it looked. Played that with a load of check side to make sure that the cue ball didn't go anywhere near the pink. And it came back off the cushion. It was really well controlled, that.
$21.
Potting this red as well. Just ease the congestion
22.
around that black spot. Now pot this black, pot this red that's closest to this bottom left-hand corner pocket. And the black is open into both corner pockets. Good chance now to win the frame from this position.
$29. 30.
Well, he is on it. Taken these pretty well so far.
37.
And shot with the rest was lovely. That split the red and black away and left him on the pink. Very positive
38.
shot, but that's what makes the break easier. Give yourself more options.
Yeah, he'll try and screw this black in off the top cushion, side cushion, and he's got a big margin of error anywhere behind those three reds, you'd say. On the left hand side, and that's not too bad. Thought he might have come off the side cushion, come in around the back of them and have a few more options, but he just needs red and another high value colour.
.46. .52. Ricky Walden, 52.
So, very good break, 52, but I'd love to have knocked that one in. That would have definitely been end of frame.
One.
So we need to snooker. There's Judd, but it's only one. The way the balls are positioned in the balk area, not too difficult to get in behind there.
Seven. Judd Trump, 7.
Well, Ricky's looking at the safety shot, but he has left this red to this bottom left-hand corner pocket. It's not that difficult. I'm surprised maybe he's playing the double here. Playing the double and no. Wow, that surprises me. It's a poor shot and a poor choice of shot as well.
Yeah, now he doesn't think it was the right shot, talking to himself.
good chance for Ricky to pot this red. Yeah, that's better. Good shot. I'm sure Judd Trump will stay in his chair as we see this red go in.
Yellow ball. Ricky Walden, 1 in the frame.
Yeah, Judd Trump said that's enough. So eventually the first frame of the evening is over and it goes to Ricky Walden. He now leads Judd Trump by 5 frames to 4.
Yes, eventually something happened in that match. Tell you what we should do is drop over to the other table where Ding Junhui is now 9 frames in front against Anthony McGill. Story of the 9th, basically, Anthony McGill missed a vital green, allowing
22.
Ding to pile in and heap more misery on McGill. And it looks like Ding is heading into the quarterfinals, Alan.
It does very much so. I mean, Anthony, actually, I feel for him out there because he's almost fighting himself. He knows the match is 99% gone. He's just playing for pride. And as you say, he should have won the opening frame tonight. He made a mess of the positional shot for the green, went for a double and left Ding the game. He's having a tough night.
Yeah.
He'll dig in, as he always does, but it looks like the match is slowly slipping away.
And Ding is hitting the ball beautifully, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, when he gets in close, he looks as good as he ever has looked. All facets of his game are probably exactly where they need to be, and it's just a matter of time.
OK, so that match is staying on the red button for you this evening. We are off air here on BBC Two at 8 o'clock, and then this match between Ricky Walden and Judd Trump will be on the BBC Sport website and BBC Sport app. Back to Ken and John.
Thank you, Jason. And Ricky Walden
Away, please. Frame
be
10.
delighted to take the opening frame
Ricky Walden to break.
after all the shenanigans of the, well, what we thought was the opener before it became a re-rack. But what we won't want to do is break off like that again. Completely mishit it, but got away with it.
Foul and a miss. Ricky Walden, 6. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would like to use it. Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Okay, let's have a look at the way it was from our monitor. There you see it. Well, let's have a look at it now. Yeah, maybe that bottom red on the left-hand side is being moved in, but it's not going to make much of a difference.
Yep.
It's a
Thank you.
big target to hit, but Jody's just going to nestle into the left of the pink.
Foul and a miss.
Well, he's
Ricky
hit the
Walden,
pink
6.
this time, but I don't think Ricky's going to have the ball replaced because he's got to pot up into the screen pocket here.
That was a bigger chance than it initially looked because Ricky knocks this in. It's an absolute natural angle on the green. Pop the green side, cushion it into the pack. So although that was not an easy chance, it was a chance.
Just looking at their long pot success, John, it's, you know, for these two guys, normally it's a big part of both their games. Judd Trump 5 from 80 and 28% long pot success, and Ricky 10 from 70 and 59%. They're just not getting the long pots at all. It's a very low percentage, and particularly from Judd Trump. Normally, as we see this red again, So good, long putter. And maybe that's what's probably draining his confidence a little bit, you know, that he's not getting those long putts.
Well, you know yourself, Ken, when you've got all departments working, you're confident in everything, can't you? But if you're playing the game and you know that your long game's not working, you have to start thinking about, am I refusing pots, or do I go for this, and what? And then you're taking shots on that you know you should be taking, but you're not confident in doing it. So it can be bring a myriad of problems to your game. Whatever it is anyway, neither of these two players will be winning the World Championship with that percentage for the long game. It's going to have to be upped. Good shot from Judd. That's better. Good cue ball, good alignment.
Settle down. You calming down a bit, please. Do you speak English? Yeah, calm down. Foul, Judd Trump 4.
Well, that's it for us here on BBC Two, but this match is available online and the BBC Sport app, and the Ding Junhui Anthony McGill match stays on the red button. But if you're out and about, it is also online and on the BBC Sport app. And we will, of course, round up all the day's play here at the Crucible at 11:20 on BBC Two. We'll see you then. Bye for now.